Hi, I'm Jackie Wilhelm. I'm the Director of Children's Ministry at Crossroads Christian Church in St. Matthews. Have you ever been given a job so big that you felt like giving up before you even started? A job that just filled your head with so many questions? Well, I think that's where the disciples are in our Bible story today. Let's listen. By the time we catch up with the disciples in today's story, they've been hanging out with the resurrected Jesus for a while now. One day, Jesus was eating with them. He gave them a command. "Do not leave Jerusalem," he said. "Wait for the gift my Father promised. You've heard me talk about it. John baptized with water, but in a few days you'll be baptized with the Holy Spirit." When the apostles met together, they asked Jesus a question. "Lord," they said, "are you going to give the kingdom back to Israel now?" He said to them, "You should not be concerned about times or dates. The Father has set them by his own authority. But you will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes on you. Then you'll be my witnesses in Jerusalem. You'll be my witnesses in all Judea and Samaria. And you'll be my witnesses from one end of the earth to the other." This is what Matthew wrote about Jesus' last day with his disciples. Then the 11 disciples went to Galilee. They went to the mountain where Jesus had told them to go. When they saw him, they worshipped him, but some still had their doubts. Then Jesus came to them. He said, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. So you must go and make disciples of all nations. Baptize them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Teach them to obey everything I've commanded you, and you can be sure that I am always with you to the very end." Back in the first chapter of Acts now, Luke wrote, "After Jesus said this, he was taken up to heaven. They watched until a cloud hid him from their sight." While he was going up, they kept on looking at the sky. Wouldn't you? Suddenly, 2 men dressed in white clothing stood beside them. "Men of Galilee," they said, "why do you stand here looking at the sky? Jesus has been taken away from you into heaven, but he will come back in the same way you saw him go." I really can't blame them for looking at the sky. He just told them to make disciples from one end of the earth to the other, and then he was gone. This was going to be their job? Oh, I'd be stuck, I think. I'm pretty sure they were. All this month, we're going to talk about getting stuck, or rather, getting unstuck. Not giving up. Not giving up takes determination. And we're going to define determination as deciding it's worth it to finish what you started. The disciples had taken on a big job. They had agreed to become part of God's big plan and help Jesus. What they didn't get was that it was a bigger job than they thought. But they had to keep going, even when it seemed impossible. And you know what? So do we. We need to keep on going. When we decide to do something, we need to be determined to get it done. This month's Bible verse might help you keep that in mind. Let us not become tired of doing good. At the right time, we'll gather a crop if we don't give up. And you can find that in Galatians chapter 6, verse 9. Friends, I hope you enjoyed the Bible story, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Goodbye.